Is conscious coaching for me? I'm not a parent. So I get this question sometimes and I wanted to answer it today. Absolutely, you would benefit from conscious coaching even if you're not a parent. And here's why. At the core of conscious parenting is what's called reparenting. We're doing the work of reparenting ourselves to be able to show up in our relationship with our kids in a more conscious way. And when we understand that during early childhood, we can trace back this is when we were sort of, let's say, programmed and took on limiting beliefs and our ego patterns and some trauma most often. And so the ways that we were parented when we were young and our early childhood experiences contribute to how we show up in all of our relationships, whether it be with our kids or our loved ones. Um, our early experiences inform who it is we are, how we show up. So, reparenting ourselves means that we take a really good look. We get really curious about how uh, how we're showing up, what we're believing about ourselves in the world. What did we, in our relationship with our parents, get not enough of, and sometimes too much of? It can go either way, but we're just getting really curious, really honest, taking a look at how we were imprinted. And although, of course, none of this was our fault, and we're not here to blame our parents, but it is our responsibility now to do the inner work of acknowledging and healing and growing through some of these set in patterns. And so, and when we do this work, whether it's the relationship with our kids or our daily life, our relationship with life itself, our relationship with our friends and family, we start to show up differently. It brings more joy into our life, more presence, more understanding, more empathy, more attunement. We start to feel really connected to the people in our lives, just simply by really taking a look, really acknowledging what has happened to us. And in our work together, we make contact with these younger parts of ourselves that were hurt, that were not getting what it is that we needed. And we learn to give this to ourselves. It's a part of growing up. It's a part that sometimes, because whether we want to or not, we become adults, right? We can't stop the process of time that turns us into adults, ready or not. But when we start to realize, like, wow, there's parts of me that are not caught up to this adult body, there's something that's, we start to recognize a kind of disharmony in our lives, and it will show up in our relationships, and we start to have trouble, and then we have to take responsibility, or we feel like we want to take responsibility for how we're showing up. So So this is what the coaching work is centered around, this reparenting, um, and really getting to know ourselves, our limiting beliefs, like I said, our ego patterns, our trauma, and helping to reintegrate these sort of lost parts of ourselves, um, and regulate our nervous system, because all of this is programmed into our system. So it's all one. Yeah, it's a very holistic approach. And with my training with Dr. Gabor Mate in his psychotherapeutic approach called Compassionate Inquiry, it is a somatic psychotherapeutic approach that helps to address and reintegrate and heal these parts of us that once needed attention. So it's a very gentle approach. It's a very compassionate approach. And it's one of the tools that I use in my coaching. So I just wanted to address this today. I'm very happy to meet with you for a 30-minute call. We can get on together and just look at, what's been coming up for you and how I can support you. It's no charge for that first meeting, and absolutely no pressure. I don't. I don't do pressure. If it's a match, it's a match, and you'll know it. So I welcome you to the Heart's Way. Please be in touch. You can go to theheartsway.ca to directly book your call today. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day.